The very first time I stepped into an AA meeting, I did feel very self-conscious. I was really ashamed of myself. By the time I joined the army, I was already drinking in a fairly dysfunctional way. I was posted to a big garrison town in Germany. There were lots of different officers' messes. Alcohol was readily available, so there were plenty of opportunities to just drink on my own in my room in the mess. My commanding officer had taken me to one side at the end of the tour and said I needed to do something about my drinking.
AA is a fellowship of men and women who share one thing, and that's they cannot control their drinking. What an AA meeting does, it allows the new person attending to identify with the accounts that other people are giving and perhaps to recognise that they share the same problems as others.
As they talk, you can almost see your story through their eyes.
And for me, I was riddled with fear. And once I took a drink, it took that fear away and it made me...
I still had probably another 6 or 7 months to go of my 22-year career. I'd gone absent without leave a couple of times. I couldn't manage that responsibility. I couldn't take care of the guys who I was supposed to be in charge of. My life was almost out of control.
One of the things that I was worried about in my early days was when I got posted abroad for exercises, would I be able to get to meetings, would there be any meetings there? I was able to kind of find that there was one meeting a week in Belize City. Sometimes there'd be only 2 other people at that meeting, but that was enough for me because partly it was about getting to the meeting, but it was also about the willingness as well. That helped massively.
I think it's so important to really try and identify and help people who are drinking problematically early on in their service career. It particularly plays a big part, I think, in service personnel leaving the army. But my experience is that actually you can do something about your drinking whilst still in service.
Being able to put your hand up and say, I've got a problem with alcohol and I don't know what to do. That was the hardest thing. Yeah.
What I would say to anybody in the armed services who is thinking of attending an AA meeting for the first time is you've got absolutely nothing to lose and you may actually gain your life back.
I've been sober 4 years and 11 months. The longer I think I'm in, the more relief I get by being able to say to somebody else, I'm an alcoholic in recovery.
Certainly one of my kind of more practical considerations was how it might affect my security clearance. I was completely open and upfront about it, and where my career actually took me, which was into quite specialist areas, was absolutely not an issue.
I think a real turning point for me was a phrase that I heard at a meeting which really struck a chord with me. I'm not a bad person trying to get good. I'm not a weak person trying to get strong. I'm just a sick person trying to get well.
you.